turns out. I have someone special on the show today. Don't we always? I have my mom, Sal. Sal is on the show. She actually came on. I know I've told some Sal stories here and there, but I thought it was time. I thought it was time to bring her in the flesh. So she has joined us. Hey, wherever you listen to your podcasts, by the way, whether it be Apple or Spotify or YouTube, consider leaving us a like. We'd like that. Leave us a review, a like, leave us a question. We'd love to hear from you. And you can subscribe also to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is called North Bay Echo. And on social media, you can find us at North Bay Echo, all one word. A big shout out to our show sponsor, North Bay Toyota. It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota. All right, guys, let's get into it. I'm Lisa Boivin, and this is To North Bay with Love.
It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota. Attention truck lovers. Have you been Tundra struck? The powerful and dependable Toyota Tundra is the new definition of grit. Ask us about amazing lease deals on a 2025 Tundra Double Cap SR 4-wheel drive and experience ingenious levels of capability, technology, and refinement. Or maybe you're an SUV lover? Take advantage of a limited shipment of 2025 RAV4s and discover the perfect blend of style, comfort, and efficiency in a compact SUV that ignites your desire to explore. Right now, get excellent lease deals on the Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive and more. It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota, 640 McEwen, or online at northbaytoyota.com for details.
Here we are with Sal. Sal McDonald, and how do you spell McDonald, Sal? Because you want to
lowercase d. It's all one word.
Okay, why is it lowercase d and not a big D like the restaurant?
Because
McDonald?
my grandfather changed it. No, it wasn't my grandfather.
No, I'm lying right away.
It was Margaret McDonald, our cousin, who thought that when my father joined the bank, being able to write it all quickly would be a lot better than having to go M-A-C, capital D. So Dad changed it. So it's been my cross to bear my whole life. That's not how you spell my name.
Is that what you do? You yell at people?
I don't get mad.
No, you don't get mad.
I get even.
Oh, boy. So you live in North Bay.
You know I live in North Bay.
I know, but for the people listening, I'm going to pretend that you're like a guest.
Are we doing this now?
We're on, Sal.
Oh, dear. Yes, I live in North Bay.
But you have a fun story about how you came to live in North Bay.
Yes. Well, would you like to hear it?
Start at the beginning.
Which is a very good place to start.
Indeed.
Well, I think it was 2001 in Timmins, and I was retiring.
Get comfy, people. This is going to be a long story. Go ahead. We're here for the long haul. There'll be a lot of digressing. Okay. It was when? 2001?
Yeah, at the turn of the century.
The turn of the century. Okay.
And I was retiring, and I was also leaving my marriage,
yes.
Your father. And I wasn't sure where I was going to go, so I thought, well, I think I'll go to Toronto for about a year and decide where I'm going to go. And I did that, and it was fantastic. In fact, John told me just a couple of weeks ago that was a really good move for me to go to Toronto because he said it just really was good for me to do that.
And John is your brother,
yes,
my uncle?
Your uncle. Lives here in North Bay.
He does.
Taught at Scholar Hall.
He did.
Referees football. Anyway, John, it has nothing to do with John. So before I actually went to live in Toronto, I went down for a week and stayed with the Lakes, Mary and Gary.
Mary and Gary Lake.
That's right. They have a gorgeous condo right on the lake.
Right on Queen's Quay.
Oh, yes, on Queen's Quay.
Like across from what's it called now? Is it the Rogers Center? Is that what it is now, where the Raptors play?
No, they're not there. They're farther down the street. I was across from the old dome, the Sky Dome.
Oh, right, the old Sky Dome.
I could look down into the dome from my roof.
Yeah, but Mary and Gary are kind of, you can see the Royal York.
Farther to the east.
Yes.
They're farther to the east. York Street, the end of York.
And that's where the Raptors play. The ACC. It used to be the ACC.
A little farther down. They play at the Air Canada Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Mary and Gary were closer to the ACC.
No, not that far away. Let's not quibble about small things.
Anyways. Anyways, we
Yes.
digress.
So I went down,
Yeah.
and Mary and Gary stayed with me. We went back and forth across. They wanted me to be on Queen's Quay. If you're going to be there for a year.
I mean,
Yeah. So this was 2001. And I rented a condo, a 2-bedroom condo on, I think it was the 27th floor, all furnished, all inclusive, for $2,000 a month.
wow.
But I was flush at that point. And I just thought, it's for a year.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I didn't even spend a whole year there because after Christmas and after New Year's, remember I told you the story? My friend Diane came in with her briefcase from Burlington, and she pretended she was my lawyer. And I had called
'cause
the
you wanted
landlord.
you wanted to break the lease.
Yeah, and I made chocolate chip cookies, and he came in to join us. And I told him that I had made arrangements. I was going to move out of town, and I wasn't going to stay until October. He was perfectly fine with that because with the summer coming and the Jays playing, he could put the rent up to anything he wanted.
Yeah.
So he was fine with it. So anyway, on his way out, there was a picture that we had. You and I had put on a little table near the door.
Yeah.
It was a picture of our cat.
Winston.
Yes, Winston. But there was also a picture of you beside it. And you weren't there for this. And so I just said, I forget his name, the landlord. I said to him, oh, there's a picture of my daughter. And he looked at the cat. The cat. And after he left, he just said, oh, okay. And he left. And Diane said, do you realize that you pointed to the one with the cat?
The picture I thought I didn't know there was a picture of Winston and me. I thought it was the picture of Winston wearing the little hat. I think that's what it was, wasn't it?
But
because I used to dress him up in my doll clothes.
Yes, but there was one of you on there as well.
Like on there somewhere.
Yeah.
And he was wearing a hat and a little sweater.
So anyway, got out of there, came to North Bay.
Okay, but wait, how did you get? You had divine intervention.
I had something. I wasn't on drugs. But one day I walked a lot, and I took the subway up. I went to U of T. I took the subway up, and I went to my old college, Victoria College, and I was sitting on a bench outside. I think it was in April. And I'd been trying to mull over, where am I going to go? I'm not going back to Timmins. I got to settle somewhere. Can't afford this city. And it was like a voice said, go to North Bay. And I thought, I should go to North Bay.
Go to North Bay.
And the rest is history.
The rest.
And I did.
Yeah. And you ended up renting a really nice apartment, actually.
I did. From the Melmac people. I don't know if they're still around.
Lana,
I forget
well, I
her
don't
last
think
name.
Lana's... Didn't she die?
Lana
She passed away. Yeah.
Some years ago.
But you and I both rented from Lana at different times. It was a great company, Melmac Properties. They own like a lot of different, buildings around town.
A lot of buildings, yeah. And it was well run. It was very good. And I was there for 3 years, and then I bought my little house where I am now.
That's a fun story too, because you would ride your bike. So your apartment was on Worthington Street near the
just
library.
Down from the library,
Public library, one of your favorite places. And you used to ride your bike around the neighborhood that you're in now, which is
but all around.
Yeah.
I'd go over under the overpass and all around.
But you loved the neighborhood where you are now, which is, I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, near Mark and Steve and the big White House across from Algonquin High School, kind of like very Pinewood area. And, you were like, someday I'm going to live here. I'm going to live right in this building. So you manifested it, I think. You called it in. And then it was Halloween. You were dressed as an M&M. I was dressed as Steve. It's a long story. Anyway, so we went to Chad Wolf, who's also hails from North Bay. He and his husband Mark are now in Ottawa, but everyone, should know.
Oh, people
Chad
remember
Wolf,
Chad.
Step dancing
Canadian,
champion,
yes.
Canadian step dancing champion, and fiddle.
champion.
Oh my gosh, so good. He had a house right on Copeland Street, just a couple blocks from where you are now, and he was hosting a Halloween party, and again the whole theater crew went, and we were all standing around, and you can tell the story
at the Butcher Block
Kitchen Island.
Yes, and the woman who was then living in the house which was going to be mine,
Laura,
somebody said, "How's your house hunting going?" I said, "Oh God, I've seen so many houses, just haven't found the one yet." And she said, "Well, mine's going to be for sale soon." I literally had to grab the edge of this thing to keep myself from collapsing. It is, yes. So you and I went over. This was Halloween.
Yeah.
And she invited us over around Christmas time.
Yep.
And, I knew as soon as I walked in, this is going to be my house.
Yeah, just a couple blocks down.
Yep. So I moved in the long weekend in August.
Right.
Yep, I got it. I actually signed the papers on your birthday that year.
How delightful.
Momentous, yes.
Yes, it was indeed.
Well, I had to rush off to rehearsal for the show the Guild was in. 38,000 for a Friendly Face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Written by Kristen Shepard,
Yes.
who we've also had on the podcast.
Yes.
See, just like connections left, right, and center.
North Bay.
So, I mean, that's the thing. That's the cool thing about North Bay, though, right? Is like, here's someone who, because how old were you when you came here?
12.
In 2000.
I came in 2002. I came in 2002.
2002, right, in your apartment, and then you bought your house in 2005. But you were like in your 50s?
Yeah, late 50s, sort of.
So, I mean, that can be very scary to move to a new, really
You're
a new
right.
city to
But-
you.
But,
Not know anybody.
You got to go and you got to live somewhere.
Yeah.
And I had my brother John here and his family, but I knew I wasn't going to be living, in their neighborhood or in their house. They had their lives, but we'd always pass through North Bay from Timmins on our way to Pembroke to see my parents. And we'd often stop to see them. And I just thought, this is a really nice little city. It's big enough to have all the stores that you want, all the amenities that you might want, but it's small enough so that you know a lot of the people here. Mm-hmm. And I found that. Eileen, what was her last name? Levasseur, yes. She became a friend immediately because I bought about $500 worth of tickets from her because you were in Nipissing Stage.
Yep.
That coming summer. And I was taking everybody I knew to see her shows. And she was just a great friend. And she passed away a couple of years ago. But she was a great friend. And she got me into the Guild, the Theatre Guild.
Yep.
And I got involved in that. And I started having little parts in shows. And, that's what you have to do.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a little break from Sal to thank one of our major sponsors. And we do want to thank you so much, Twigs Coffee Roasters. You know what? They have 5 locations, all to serve you better. In North Bay, Sturgeon Falls, and in Sudbury. Now, I always, I say we're taking a break right now, and that is a good place to take a break because when you walk into Twigs, what are you going to see? What are you going to get? Well, first of all, really great atmosphere to meet up with friends, with family, take some time out of your day. You can not only have one of their delicious, freshly roasted coffee because they roast all of their beans right in-house. You can try one of their coffees. They have a lovely espresso bar, but they also have all kinds of different drinks too. Like they have beautiful lemonade and they have a whole range of Italian sodas. They have like hot chocolate. So there's many things to try there. And if you wanted a little nibbly to go along with your drink, why don't you try one of their gorgeous deli sandwiches? Delicious. I would go for the Montreal smoked meat. I love their pickles. They're so delicious too. So they have all kinds of sandwiches, and they also have an amazing baked goods section. Their cheesecakes are out of this world. They have wonderful scones and muffins, and they have a whole range of gluten-free products as well for people who need that. Coming soon, speaking of coffee and beans, you are going to be able to order those freshly roasted beans to come right to your doorstep. And you can order online at twigs.ca. I love that fresh roasted smell. I don't live too far from the Twigs downtown here in North Bay. On Worthington and Fraser, I believe it is. And sometimes, if the wind is just right, I can get that lovely smell of those roasting coffee beans. It's delicious. I just love the smell of coffee. I love the taste of coffee too. I don't even drink it because of like the caffeine, I think. I just love the taste of it. So if you want something local, you want to support local, head on over to Twigs Coffee Roasters. Thanks, guys, for all your support.
Sports aren't just what we do. They're who we are. Source for Sports North Bay is your advocate, your local support system, and your biggest fan. 1321 Fisher Street has grown from a place where knowledgeable experts can help you find exactly the gear you need, to the hotbed of team uniforms, apparel and fanwear, to a community stronghold for all the things that truly matter to you and your family's sports journey. We love helping you find your first pair of skates, as much as we relish supporting local leagues, teams, and athletes. Wherever your sports journey takes you, make sure you visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street so we can help you along your way.
Do you think because your dad, my grandpa, was a bank manager and you moved a lot,
Constantly.
like how many, you counted them up one day, how many addresses have you had in your
God, I
life?
couldn't
Like over
even tell you.
20.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah.
So do you think that comes to you naturally that, when you landed kind of in North Bay, that you just went out and joined things or joined groups or started talking to people or went out and started talking to people like in coffee shops?
You'd wish that were true, but no, only I think since I came here. I think since I made that big move and I knew I could do it, I think that gave me the courage to, you just come, people are just people.
Yeah.
And you greet them with a smile and say, how are you? Not, here's how I am, but how are you? And get to know people a bit. Yeah, but you're right. There was a lot of moving around. I went to Haileybury High. I don't know if anybody who's listening to this podcast might be. If they are, hi, Haileybury High. Because
Your
I loved
favorite.
it. I loved it there. Well, Maureen Cassidy is your good friend.
Yes.
And her grandfather, George Cassidy, was a teacher and a principal at Haileybury High.
And you did musical. Didn't he write musicals?
He wrote, every year, he wrote an original musical. The music teacher there, I've forgotten her name, oh dear, but she did the music for the songs.
Yeah.
These were really good musicals. I had met one of George's sons in Timmins. He was supply teaching. He wasn't able to get a regular job yet. He just moved. And he was going to get me a copy of one of them because I was in 2 of those shows. And I never did get one. They were brilliant. They should have been published, for high schools, for colleges. Mm-hmm. They were so good. The songs were beautiful. They were smart. Anyway, George had been Brigadier General of the Canadian Armed Forces during the Second World War.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he fought up the whole boot of Italy.
That's cool.
Yeah, he looked like a military man. You can ask Maureen. The military mustache, the straight bearing, and you did not misbehave in Mr. Cassidy's class. He'd whipped around one day, whipped a chalk at a guy, bounced right off his forehead.
That's the good old days there, Sal. Capital punishment, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Out to the guillotine with you. Yes, I know.
You listen or else.
Holy
No, he
smokes.
was a wonderful man. I loved him. He was a wonderful man. Lots of good memories in Haileybury. Great little town.
And then your parents made you move.
We went to Belleville in the middle of grade 11 at Christmas time. I mean, who does that?
Who does that?
And I wanted to take Spanish. Too bad for me. They were already 4 months in. So the gracious bank paid for a tutor so I could catch up. Yeah, and then I ended up being a Spanish teacher. I mean, not just after that.
Right, the next day. Okay, so that's a question that I have for you and I've asked you this many times, I'm sure, but I don't know if I've gotten an answer. Because Joe and I, my brother, I have an older brother, Joe, and I were French. Really, we spoke French in the house until I went to school. Then I learned English because my dad was French, fully French. But you never taught us Spanish.
No, I thought one was, English and French were really enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was teaching Spanish at the time.
I know.
Oh,
but
was I?
isn't that when you teach kids, though? Because kids are like sponges and then they just
I know,
learn.
you know how you learn. Do you remember learning English? No, it's every day, So I'm sorry. Mi culpa.
Mi culpa.
La culpa es mía.
Yeah. And you want to speak Spanish now?
Yeah, I'd like to go to this new Spanish restaurant. It's probably owned by a group of Germans. Who knows? But
that is in the old, it was 100 Georges,
yeah.
and then it was not the Crown and Beaver. The Crown and Beaver? The Crown and Beaver.
I don't know.
No. The Crown and Beaver is the one on Lakeshore. What was that called there, Ben? It was 100 Georges, and then it was it wasn't the Crown and Beaver. No, that's the one on Lakeshore.
He's writing a letter to his girlfriend.
No.
Can't
Yeah,
talk
he is.
to you.
He is. He's like, I cannot wait to see you.
See you later tonight.
I'm
See you later
looking it
tonight.
up. At this. Man.
No, the Fox and the Fiddle is
It's
the one
on First Avenue.
Is it germane
Yeah.
to our discussion?
Oh, Raven and Republic.
The Raven
good.
and Republic.
Good for Ben.
That's what it was. So it was 100 Georges, then Raven and Republic, and now it's a Spanish restaurant. But I don't know the name of it.
But no one has been able to tell me, is it Spanish? Is it Latin American? Is it Mexican? Mm-hmm. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I heard it was Mexican, but then I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, what kind of
I couldn't eat much when I was in Mexico. It's muy caliente.
Muy
very
caliente.
Hot, very hot.
Very hot.
Yeah, so I would go and eat at one of the American restaurants. And the friend I went with, she would go and eat at the real Spanish restaurants.
Yeah, because you spent a year abroad.
I did.
When you were at U of T.
Third year abroad, the fall term in Strasbourg, France, at the university there. And then my good buddy Diane and I headed off to Spain. It was just a marvelous year. I imagine they still have that, the third year abroad for the language students.
Maybe.
How are you going to learn a language if you aren't immersed
Yeah, that's so true.
in it,
Yeah, you have to be immersed in it.
You have to be immersed in it, so you have to speak it. Mm-hmm. And Diane and I hitchhiked all the way from Seville, all the way on the road. Like we said, we're going to be okay, Mom, don't worry. We're just going to keep the Mediterranean on our right.
Okay. She was like, fine.
And we hitchhiked. And we got picked up by Mrs. Salada Tees. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was in a chauffeur-driven Opel with one of her friends.
Excusez-moi.
And they picked us up, yes. Mm-hmm. We told her, we had a sign saying Canadiens, Canadians, and we're traveling. We were nicely dressed in skirts and tops and things. Well, of course we had a top.
That's why you got picked up.
Anyway, yeah, they drove us all the way up to Granada, and it was Holy Week. And her chauffeur, Tony, he got us a room. The hotel was completely booked, but there was a boys' choir there. Being Holy Week, they had all these choirs, and he knew the guy with the choir master, and he doubled up some of the boys so that Diane and I could have a room.
There you go.
I mean, people were so wonderful to us everywhere we went.
Yeah. And
great.
Didn't you, I thought you were picked up too by the Stofers? No. It was the people who made potatoes?
Potatoes?
Instant potatoes or something. Was it that? Or was it Salada Teas? Maybe I was getting mixed up with Salada Teas.
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something to do with potatoes.
The Salada Tea people.
Okay, you did go, though, to the caves, didn't you?
Yes. After that, we went to the caves in Granada, the gypsies. And I'm not going to do it because I'll scare you. No one will ever listen to you again. But there's a gypsy song, El Amor, El Amor Cuando
You can
Nace.
do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you do the clapping. Yeah. I used to know it.
Is that flamenco clapping?
It's called palmeadas. It's palmeada, the palm of your hand.
Okay.
Palmeadas, the clapping, and there's a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
there'd
we
be
were
like a
in the
syncopated.
gypsy caves with the gypsies singing and
How did you not get stolen?
Wine. Oh, no, I was with Diane. Diane,
She was
6'4", she was
6'8".
280.
Yeah.
No.
She beat them up.
No. They were just, people were interested in us almost as much as we were interested in them.
Yeah. I mean, different times, too, because that was
this
like...
was 66.
Yeah.
This was 67 at this point.
Yeah.
Can I just say La Casa de Maria is the name of the restaurant?
La Casa de Maria.
Thank you. I
And
did hear that.
It's Latin American and fusion cuisine.
Oh. Latin American
I never understood what infusion means.
Well,
do you know?
I think
I have
infusion...
no idea.
Do you
I
look
think
up
it's when you
infusion
fuse.
while you're looking
I
at
think
it?
it's when you fuse two different.
Oh, Canadian. So mashed potatoes with hot piece of chicken.
I'm not going to pretend to know what that means, but
no, I don't know. I found eating in paella.
You had paella.
In Seville. No, not Seville. Excuse me. Other side. Stop the tape.
That's Sevilla.
I'm trying to think. Where do they have paella in Spain? Come on, you know. You both know.
Not Granada.
No, it's on the west side of Spain.
On the west side of Spain.
Yeah, on the Mediterranean. Anyway, it'll come to me tonight before I go to bed.
West side of Spain.
Yeah.
You're making me Google so much.
Yeah, sorry.
Valencia.
Valencia?
No, not Valencia, but a city in Valencia. Oh. A city on the coast.
I don't know. I'm just going off Wikipedia now.
Oh.
Yeah, get a map.
Oh, 1 second.
We'll find it. This is good. This is when we're going to put in like the...
So Valencia is the region or state?
Yes. Mm-hmm. What's the capital? They give you a capital?
It's quiz time, Ben. Quick,
Valencia.
Go. The capital
Look
of Valencia.
Look at those fingers just flying.
I know. He's quick.
No, Valencia is a city.
Oh. Wait a minute. Can I get out of this
Yeah, you can
chair?
get out of No, your seatbelt
This is
in.
just going on.
Oh, I thought you had a map.
This is just going.
Oh,
Valencia officially is the capital of the province.
this is awesome. I hope this is on tape. I hope you're getting this on
No,
film.
Valencia is the same name as the capital. So it's Valencia is the name of the city.
Well, for the sake of this, we'll say it's Valencia, but I don't.
I don't think it. Okay.
Lies. I hope Diane never listens to it. I'll say
So
Diane.
it's called
Yes.
it's called the Valencian community, and Valencia is the capital of. It's like the Vatican.
Valencia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think. Well, it might have been. Anyway, that's the first time in my life I was ever drunk. Because
That took us 10 minutes to figure that
we
out.
ordered sangria. You've both heard of sangria.
Yes.
Well, they make it there, and it comes in a big pitcher.
It's like
and we were 2 people.
40 proof.
And we ordered paella. Lisa, I don't know how I ate it. It's full of
Fatty.
seafood. I don't eat seafood.
You don't eat bottom crawlers.
I did that night.
Well, there it is. There it is. There's Sal in the flesh. She's lived a pretty awesome life, I have to say. She does have some really awesome stories. She's just a blast to talk to. We were doing the Salad 60, which I was posting to my Instagram, and we need to get back into that for sure. We kind of got into that in the summer, and we definitely need to bring that back in 2025. Yeah. Hey, listen, when you listen to your podcast, wherever you do, whether it's Apple or Spotify or YouTube, why don't you consider leaving us a like? We'd love to hear from you. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, maybe you have a question, or maybe you have an idea for an awesome guest. That would be great for this podcast, To North Bay with Love. Again, we want to highlight just heroes in our community or really interesting people, fun people in the community, and talk to them and hear their stories. Hey, and while you're at it, head over to our website, northbayecho.ca. You can check out all the other podcasts that are available on there. You can go down the back roads with Backroads Bill if you want. We have a political, more, centered political podcast, which is the Echo Essentials podcast. And you can sign up, speaking of that, to our newsletter, Echo Essentials. It also got a little bit of a facelift, a little revamp, if you will, for 2025. It comes out every Wednesday morning. If you sign up for it, it'll go right to your inbox. And if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can find us at North Bay Echo, all one word, North Bay Echo. On our socials, you can find us at North Bay Echo. So at North Bay Echo, all one word. I think that's it. That's all I got to say. Until next time, guys. Much love, North Bay.